Hello, post-university esports fans. Warren JuggleGod Hammond here, bringing you Valorant action tonight. This is week number 2 in the spring split of the NECC. I'm excited to be here tonight. Usually an Overwatch caster, so kind of getting to flex around a little bit and, yeah, take on Valorant for the evening, filling in. So, we have already had the pick bans, and so we're going to be seeing Ascent, Bind, and Breeze tonight. 3 very classic maps. They've been in the rotation for forever, it feels like, at this point. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening in the agent select screen now for our squads. That's going to be post university, of course, on the right, and Cornell coming up on the left side of the screen. So yeah, let's take a pick. No surprise here seeing Elle going on Killjoy. Killjoy has kind of been a staple on this map for just about as long as I can remember. It'll be interesting to see some of these differences, though, and how they're going to play out tonight. Omen, Sova, of course, very, very classic. KO, we've got Gecko as well. Really, the only 2 agents that I'm seeing that are the same so far are going to be the Killjoy and the Gecko, so that's pretty fascinating to me. I feel like a lot of times you really see a lot of mirroring happening just in this game in general. So double controller on the side of Cornell as well, so look for that to cause a lot of problems, especially on the defense first, right? Post-university going to be attacking right off the bat, so really going to be watching out, seeing how these smokes, how the Viper wall is going to play out as well as we get loaded in for our pistol round. One of the big things about Ascent, too, that I want to mention is just kind of having control over mid is always a pretty big, pretty important thing, right? So there's no real snipers, I think, save for Jet on this map. Sova, of course, can fill in that role as well on post-university side, though it's not as common. Typically, you know, you're gonna see a Jet, maybe a Chamber, but Chamber's kind of fallen out of favor, out of the meta a little bit now. Kind of a mid-tier pick at best. So I think as far as like on the defense, that Jet kind of I'm anticipating them being set up in mid and that being kind of an issue. So look for post-university, I think, to either try and just force the issue, you know, on A site or B site, one or the other, rather than maybe trying to force it through mid, unless they just decide that, you know what, we need to take control of it, and then taking out that Jet, I think, is going to be of the utmost priority, to say the least. So having the Brimstone in there as well for Cornell is going to be fascinating. There's a lot of great lineups, honestly, for both of these controllers on this map, so I think that's that's going to be pretty interesting to see if either of these controllers, you know, have that kind of in their back pocket. Let's talk about the Killjoy, too, for a second, because Killjoy, I think, typically sets up on B site. Now, there was recently a nerf to her turret, so you can't quite cover the sight lanes that you used to be able to quite as effectively with Killjoy and with her turret, but definitely still a force to be reckoned with, and that lockdown for sure could be an issue. So we got a nice overhead of how these players are thinking about setting up at the moment. It looks like it's going to be an A site push here for post-university. Killjoy getting ready to set up a turret to kind of cover that flank to start out. And a lot of ghosts on the board. From both squads. A few shields for the attackers, that kind of makes a lot of sense, especially for Gecko and KO. Kind of running in there and looking to just kind of open this point up. It's just going to be Brimstone on this side, so look for a fast rotation from the rest of the squad. Yeah, smoke comes down almost immediately. KO, go ahead and throwing in a grenade. See if they're able to get control of point pretty effectively. Tree looks like it's there's some gunfire over there already. Post University has control of this high ground. Spike has been planted. Oh, beautiful shots coming out from Dissident. They're going to back up just a little bit, take a little bit more defensive position on the ground. But right now, one player advantage coming over here for Post University. But Amustufin takes out Kevin. That's going to be big. And Brimstone comes in as well.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just going to be our hero Dissident. Beautiful shot. Another one. The defuse is coming in. Can they stop it? They come off the spike, go into the smoke, and get taken out. But a great showing right off the bat, honestly, I think, for Post University. Really liked what I'm seeing there, and especially coming out from Dissident on that KO. Certainly kind of leading the way with that charge. The headshots, they were great. The reaction time was fantastic as well. So now we're moving into a save round here for Post University. Looks like we're going to have one Sheriff, Dissident. That kind of makes sense. I like to see that. And once again, Post is heading up on A site. Brim is over there, and this time Jet is actually going to be there. This is interesting because Viper's in mid right now, but they're going to throw that wall, kind of put it up, I think, as soon as they start to hear some action over on A site, which they do. Molly comes out. That's going to keep people from moving in. This duel here between Lilac and Mojo could be pretty impactful as well. But it looks like Lilac is actually backing off just a little bit. And in fact, we're getting a bit of a rotation through Tree as well. We can see this Brimstone is looking to see if they can catch somebody out on the rotation. They're going to try and get that door down as well so that they can push in and see if they can take somebody out by surprise. But already Post University down 2 players right now. Spike is going to be planted, but Dissident unable to get that shot off this time.
One enemy remaining.
It's going to be one player left. Yeah. It's going to be our Sova. Taken care of pretty quickly, but all in all, that was going to be save round. You know, it's likely going to go towards the team who won the first round. So now, let's take a look at this buy. See what everybody's... Yeah, a lot of Vandals coming out here. No surprise there. Looks like we got a couple sniper rifles as well coming out for Cornell. And picked up on that. I believe that is, in fact, the new sniper rifle there.
Placing alarm bot.
As well, which it's an interesting gun, right? You've got the kind of the 2 different ways you can reload it, which will kind of impact what you're going to do. One of the longest reloads, I think actually the longest reload in the game if you're going to reload both barrels. Got a lineup here coming out from Chris. Try and get a little bit of information. Everybody's kind of playing it pretty careful right now. But KJ looking to do a duel here with this Viper. Who, again, the Viper is actually sitting on that sniper rifle as well. So we do have the sniper in mid. It's just not who I was anticipating it being, right? But I do like this because Viper can really control so much of the space here.
Placing swarm grenade.
About a minute left to try and push in.
Out. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
It looks like Post is actually considering rotating. Nope, actually it looks like, oh, big shot coming out from Emerald. Make things difficult. Nice molly right there. Gecko takes a bit of damage. Actually, not too terribly much. Knife goes out. Are they going to be able to do anything with it? Yeah, they do get one suppressed. That's a nice flash. Going to be able to take one down. Looks like a couple of nice trades coming in. Gecko looking pretty weak, though. They're going to have to take a pretty, safe position. Spike is down 3v3. This is a great opportunity for Post to get on the board here. In fact, they really need to, because if they don't here, things could spiral out of control. Beautiful shot. What a spray through the wall. You got to love that. D-Plant's not really a whole lot of options at this point. Spike's going to go off here in just a few seconds. KG actually, yeah, just deciding to stave here at this point, which I think is the right thing to do if you are Cornell. So, Kind of a standard score line to start things off. 2-1. Post University gets on the board. And they do it pretty effectively as well. Able to get 4 picks. They only drop 2 of their own players, so they're going to be looking good going into this next round, especially considering, yeah, they're able to save Vandal. They've got a couple other rifles as well. Yeah, T-Place was sitting there as well with that sniper rifle, so they definitely wanted to save that. I think that was certainly the call right there, and they're going to give it right back to Lilac, too. So that post is on the board. They're deciding now is the time to try and switch things up here. I like this tactic, right? Especially because they've got a couple of ultimates now that they can really work with, and I think Dissident here leading the way with theirs could be the way to go. You know, just shut everybody down, especially that Killjoy, right? Because the Killjoy's utility is so important on this point. Yeah, and there it is. The ultimate right off the bat from Dissident. chrisramrz looking for something there. Elle on the smoke at the moment. There's going to be a trade. Chris going to be making it up 1. Elle knows somebody's coming through. Nice swarm grenade to try and keep people from going in. They go for the Shoutcaster. It's going to be a trade, though.
Last player standing.
Just 1 player left now. And a beautiful round from Post University. They only lost 1 right there. Love to see it. Great use of the ultimate there as well from Dissident. I think, did Mojo? Yeah, Mojo used theirs too, so it wasn't very expensive, right? Only 2 ultimates to win that round and to kind of pull even with Cornell. I call that a win in my book any day for Post University. And now this is going to have to be a pretty big save round for Cornell as well. So Post has a great opportunity to win this round. And these are the kind of rounds that you need to win, right? You need to win the rounds that you're supposed to win. Getting more of a default approach here. So it looks like Post wants to kind of poke and prod, see where the weaknesses are, see which direction they think is going to be most ideal to kind of push at this point. Actually, we're having quite a bit of action up mid, or not necessarily action, but bit of movement. Now we've got some action going here in mid. Brimstone right around the corner.
Right here.
Smoke comes out. Now is an opportunity to kind of TP through that potentially. They're not going to take that instead. We're going for tree. And we do have the rotation coming in from Cornell as well. Cornell looks like they're totally prepared for this. They're expecting this kind of a rotation. They're trying to get something going. Got the... It's going to be a better exchange there for Post. They come up 1 ahead. T-Plants tries to take out Dissident. Dissident unable to get the shot off, but they are traded, so the advantage still remains Post University's.
Cover going out.
That's going to be a nice smoke there as
One
well.
enemy remaining.
Big shot from Mojo. They're able to take them down. They able to take the round, but a lot of damage done, honestly, this time for Cornell. So I think that's actually, you know, Post University, they got the round. That's big. They needed that round. They needed to get that round win. But honestly, Cornell, I think, can come out of that being pretty happy, too, because they were able to take down 3 members of Post University, which is going to impact their economy quite a bit. So now Lilac has the operator ready to go, so certainly going to need to be keeping an eye on that. Nobody in mid this time around, so Elle's going to get a little bit of information about that right here, I think. Yeah, nobody's speaking there, so she's going to be able to signal to the team that, yeah, mid is entirely an option at this point. So Vidart goes out as well. Emerald right here. This could be a very impactful duel. Let's see how that goes. Crosshair placement a little high there for Elle, but...
Swarm grenade out.
Yeah, we're getting actually a rotation. Oh, big shot coming out from Lilac with that operator.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to start things out for Cornell pretty well this round.
Deploying drone.
Ooh, whole squad takes a bit of damage there. And that's unfortunate because it looks like Gecko kind of got caught out there. Yeah, split from the rest of the team. So great placement of that molly by Cornell to give them a bit of an advantage here. Spike hasn't been planted yet. They've still got about 40 seconds, but they're at a severe disadvantage here. Almost Stupid takes out 1. We do get a couple of trades there. Omen gets a little bit of damage done. So again, I think that's kind of the icing on the cake here for Post University.
Right,
Very, very even game here so far. Love to see
you
it.
love being here. Like way too much.
Pretty significant round coming in here as well. Everybody's just about got a full buy. Yeah, actually, no. It's going to be a full buy all the way around.
Right there.
Viper's pin is ready to go, so this could be problematic. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Viper tries to use it proactively, right? To just kind of shut down an entire site right from the get-go, or if they're going to use it a little bit more reactively here. It's a pretty valuable ult, especially, I mean, just huge area denial. Lilac coming in big again with the operator. Couple of big picks for them over the last couple of rounds. Big shot from Mojo. Able to trade back that kill, so puts Post back on an even footing. It looks like they're going to rotate straight through mid pretty rapidly, see if they can get control of this site, but they're going to have to deal with this KJ kind of on the high ground, who I'm sure has turrets up and ready to go, but beautiful shot coming out from Dissident. They fake the plan, beautifully done, pulls out the ult from Brimstone, so you gotta love that, because that could be very, very detrimental. Dissident, though, Gaziel still coming in big with them with the picks. One player advantage now. Oh, huge shot, but it's gonna go the way of Cornell in the end. Lilac does get the defuse, but Post got out a lot of really impactful ultimates, and they didn't spend their own. I suppose, actually, yeah, two. Two big ultimates, Brims and Jets. So even though they're now down one round, still very early in the game, I think they've got a beautiful opportunity coming forward here to really make something happen. So they can, in fact, even use their ultimate to kind of counter the Viper's pit, potentially, right? See if they can clear it out, maybe get a pick if Viper's kind of lurking in it. In fact, let's take a look at Viper right now and see what this player is thinking on the side of Cornell. And they go ahead and throw the wall up immediately. Jet is just on a tear. Lilac really needs to be controlled here. Lilac is doing a phenomenal job with this operator. That's another pick in favor of Cornell, so things are looking pretty good for them. It's going to be a B-side push here. Gecko for Cornell, throwing a couple things out, seeing if they can get something going here. But, oh, the spray and pray. They actually are able to take out Chris. Unlucky there because Chris had the advantage. Chris definitely saw him. At that point, though, Kevin gets I'm with stupid while they're trying to get some of their abilities out. T-Plant's pretty low at the moment, so this is definitely problematic for them. Everybody's just about evened up. Beautiful shot there from T-Plants while Omen has to reload. Nice. Elle coming up big. Doesn't quite get the round, but again, some pretty significant damage. These are not easy rounds that either team is winning right now. Both teams are definitely having to work for it. No ultimates come out that round either. Which both teams, I think, have to be happy about, you know. Cornell, on one hand, they're thinking, great, we get to keep holding on to these pretty impactful ultimates that we have, and as well, Post University has to be happy they didn't throw one into, you know, potentially a losing fight. Interesting buy coming out here from Post University. This is going to be a little bit of a scuffed attempt here. Lilac holding this angle. But Post University looks to be pushing, I think, pretty aggressively here on B site. It's going to be curious to see what I'm with Stupid does. They're going to fall back here, 2 point. We got the TP coming in from Omen. Omen's already on site, but I'm with Stupid finds them just as they're getting out of their ultimate. Ooh, Sova takes a bit of damage. Yeah, and at this point, I think the gun advantage here has really been the name of the game. Chris has somebody pulling up on the right, so they're going to need to make sure that they keep that covered. Yeah, they know they've got somebody on site. The lockdown is out as well.
Last player standing.
Oof, Lilac takes out Chris. It's just going to be down to the KJ. They're not going to be able to pull it out this time around.
Area's clear.
So 6-3 right now, which means that the worst Cornell can do in this half is a tie. Right, coming out with a 6-6. So they're going to be feeling pretty good at this point with their defense round. Now, I think one thing to mention is, honestly, I feel like this composition that we're looking at from Cornell feels a little bit more defensive to me. So I feel like, you know, who they have right now, a little bit more tailored towards the defense. And kind of the same way, though, I could say the same thing of Post University. I think what they're showing right now is a little bit more tailored towards the attack. That's going to be nice for Post because now they know that they've got the Sova drone went out.
Nowhere to run!
Yeah, and there we go. We're seeing the Hunter's Fury coming out. They're able to get Lilac. That's beautiful. That is absolutely huge because that means the operator is going to have to be worried about. But the big thing is they've still got the Viper's Pit on A, which means everybody else for Cornell is going to be posted up on B site, which is where your Eagles want to go. Dissident has their ultimate ready to go. The question is, do they want to try and use that with a one-player advantage? They absolutely do. They're going to push in pretty quickly. They take a couple of shots. It's going to be a trade back and forth, but still gives the advantage here to Post University. They're going to be able to get the spike down pretty effectively as well. They find there's one person kind of in CT too, so they know where they're coming from. That means either they've got to push through with that knowledge or try and rotate. And it looks like the rotation is going to be the play here. Let's check it, see what Gecko's going to try and do here. They're going to back out just a little bit. Onto point. All that Post University has to do is just hold on to this. Beautiful Thrash comes out. They're able to get a little bit of damage. Not a ton. They're going to see if they can get the spray through the wall. They don't do a whole lot. We're going to have to see a push here coming out from Cornell pretty quickly. Otherwise, this round's going to go. What? Dissident with the 2K right at the end there. So Post University picks up a desperately needed round. This is fantastic. They really needed to get that win, especially considering they'd had you know, such a tough time with the previous round. Of course, that was kind of a weird bye round for them, so no surprise that they took the L. But the other thing is, look at this. Almost all of the ultimates got expended from both squads. Now we just got the lockdown really from KJ for Post University, so that's a pretty significant advantage here. Of course, Lilac could get theirs online. A couple of the players actually from Cornell could. Nobody, though, on Post University is really anywhere close to being able to get theirs up and running. So it's going to come down to just how they're going to be able to use it. Yeah, we get the lockdown immediately, so expect a big push coming in here from Post University. It doesn't look like Cornell wants to give up any ground there. They're going to try and stay as long as they can for this. All right, now we've got the push onto site. Oh, Lilac again with that rifle has just been terrorizing everybody. They got a little peek there of Dissident. Dissident going to try and peek around the corner, but no, it's Lilac who finds them instead. chrisramrz takes one out, but it's not going to be enough. Cornell picks up where they left off, and now they've got a winning half here.
Last round before the switch.
So the question is, can Post University pick up this final round before the swap? Because a 7-5 round looks a lot different than an 8-4, or a 7-5 half looks a lot different from an 8-4. Right?
Time for
It's going to be a pretty it's going to be a nice buy here. Going to be going in with half shields, but I'm excited to see what Elle's going to be able to do with this. They try and keep that Jet at bay.
Placing swarm grenade.
I like that swarm grenade as well. That's going to keep Jet. Yeah, that's going to force Jet to back up just a little bit. Casey will get some Mojo, though. Elle knows where they are roughly. Beautiful shot, but not quite on the mark. Just a little bit off, but look at how much damage it did. Brim has barely anything, so now it's just going to be up to Omen. So 1v5. Can they? Oh, got detained as well. Yeah.
Flawless.
So an 8-4 round coming in for Cornell. Post University certainly isn't out of it yet by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely not the place I think that they wanted to be here. You know, again, like I was saying, 7-5 round looks a whole lot different from 8-4. This is interesting. This is not the kind of setup that I was expecting to see, putting KJ on A. I mean, you could put KJ pretty much anywhere on this map, but certainly I feel like B side is kind of the more typical place that you see KJ.
Placing swarm grenade.
But having Sova over on B side, I think, is pretty good too. Let's, in fact, take a peek over there because it looks like that's where the action is going to start here. Yeah, we're going to get the Sonic Dart too. And so Sova's going to have a pretty good idea that there's going to be a huge push coming in this direction. Actually, it looks like the push might be mid. As Mojo kind of backing up here just a little bit. Yeah. It's a nice wall coming out, too, from Viper. That's definitely going to make things difficult for KJ. Or KO, sorry. Yeah, we can see it's just kind of hanging back behind that wall on B site right now. It takes quite a bit of damage. Yeah, and here comes the push, I believe.
Someone's there.
Yeah, Mojo's able to tag somebody with her abilities.
Sana.
Actually, we're getting a rotation potentially through mid. No, it looks like they're kind of fanning out. Mojo. Oh, I should have stayed on. Should have stayed on Mojo. They are going to get traded out. Yeah, now we're getting a pretty big push through mid here. So with that Viper wall as well, this is going to be a nice push onto this point. But Dissident able to take out Lilac. That's a big threat off the board right now. Let's see what else Dissident's going to be able to do. chrisramrz goes down.
Gun here.
Spike
Gun
planted.
here.
That's a 3v3 at the moment. Spike is down. So what's this retake going to look like? That's the question here. Bittner goes down, but Dissident trades with them.
Shutting them down.
Knack doesn't quite catch anybody. That decay did a bit of damage. Flash goes out. They don't catch anybody. Oh, KJ actually. Gonna have to reload right here.
One enemy remaining.
Beautiful. KJ with a big
Player
kill.
standing.
Can Dissident get the... Do they have enough time? They're gonna be able to get the defuse as well. Huge plays coming out from the post-University Eagles there. Loved kind of the way that they took that site there. The way that both Dissident and Elle utilized just the flash, and then that gave Elle the opportunity to take some positional advantage while Dissident was distracting the other two players. And so between the two of them, they made it happen. They got the defuse. Beautiful way to start this half. Because now they're going to have the buy, right? They're going to be able to buy up here. So, again, we want to make sure that they're going to win the rounds they're supposed to win. So we're really hoping that this advantage will pull us to 8-6. This is going pretty aggressive here, which I like. I think they're expecting, yeah, this pretty aggressive push coming out. Bittner finds literally everybody and gets shot by them. We're going to have a trade, though, so 1 for 1. Dissident, once again, Dissident has actually been playing phenomenally this game. I don't think they're top fragging at the moment, but they're not far off. Mojo finds another.
Two suppressed.
Oh, beautiful. Able to get both suppressions. They saw the shoulder of Stupid.
One enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
nice. Through the box. Love to see it. Love to see it. So 8-6 the score line right now, but this is going to be the true test. If Post University is able to take this round here, they almost certainly are going to be able to pull even with Cornell. Of course, yeah, they're going all Vandals at this point. Dissident already has their ultimate ready to go, so that's actually huge. They might want to consider using that kind of aggressively here, or potentially on a retake, right? Maybe give the site up, let Cornell plant, and then use the fact that you have this ultimate available already to allow you to win the round, and then pull within 1 of tying this game up. If I'm Post University, that's what I'm thinking right now. Cornell's taking this pretty slow here. Killjoy's put us up pretty far here. T-Plants has, yeah. They've spotted out Bittner. But Kevin's actually backing off quite a bit here, taking a much more defensive position. Yeah, look at this. I think Post University is definitely content to let Cornell push in and try and go for the plant. They're not taking anything very aggressive at all. That's nice. So a little bit of information there from KO. In fact, yeah, we see Gecko actually starting to try and turn that corner to see if maybe they can find KJ, get a cheeky shot out on them. Jump peek to see what's going on. Chris finds Casey, huge. Already a one-player advantage here for Post University. Lilac finds one. Dissident is down, though, with their ultimate, so that is huge.
Down B.
But Mojo coming up absolutely enormous. Are they going to be able to get the res, though? I don't think there's quite enough time. Yes, Lilac finishes them off. But there's only 16 seconds left to get the plant. And look at this. Mojo is going to be able to kind of... Oh, yeah, they can hear somebody
10
with it.
seconds left.
Beautiful. They're able to get them.
Standing.
Oh, but what is that? Lilac covers them for the plant. Now it's just going to be down to Kevin. See what they can do. Kevin looking to see if they can pick up a gun here. But they got to make sure they stay out of the way. Yeah, they're able to find a rifle. That's going to be huge.
Cover going out.
Beautiful. Throwing out the smoke.
Shadows traveling.
Paranoia as well. Checking to see where everybody's coming from. Now they know that they're in Boathouse. Yeah, we've got the...
One enemy remaining.
Oh, just a one-player advantage there. One-player advantage was all it took for Cornell to pull that round back. There was a lot of good stuff there that I liked from Post University. I think they had the right idea. Cornell just pulled off, executed their plan a little bit better. So now, send at 9-6. Post has 3 rounds they need to make up. Pretty big buy from everybody. Only looking at half shields for 3 players, though, on Cornell. Question is, which Gecko ult's going to be better? You're holding down mid, takes a bit of damage. But only chip damage, fortunately. We're going to have a B site push here. KO forced to back up. That Viper wall is going to be potentially problematic. Nice timing with the smoke there to make it a little bit more difficult for Cornell to try and push in. We can hear the ult orb gets picked up. It's not going to push anybody over the top. Dissident throws out one of their grenades. Lilac finds Mojo in mid. So we're getting some action over there. It looks like, yeah, they want to kind of try and take B-side from a couple of different directions. We do get a trade, though. But Post University is hurting quite a bit. Question is, the Blade Storm out just yet? I don't think it is. Knife goes out, but nobody's going to be hurt from it. Turret is down. I don't think Post University is aware that they've got Jet right behind them. Oh, beautiful. Silva's able to trade. Ooh, Dissident gets blinded. Flashbang goes out. Post University, everybody's gotten hit just a little bit. Oh, huge kills coming in. They're going to have to push this pretty quickly, though. Big pick coming out from Dissident to pull this round in favor of Post University. So, looking at a 9-7 score line here.
I detonate. You don't.
Both these squads playing very, very well tonight. Looks like we're, yeah, going to get a tech pause real quick. Let's take a moment to think, though, about what we're likely going to see here from Post. I think pretty good buy coming up here for Post University. I mean, especially after winning that last round. The ults are looking good for both squads. T-Plant's going to have theirs up pretty soon.
Turret out.
Yeah, looks like everybody's ready to go again. Oh, looks like they're not ready, actually, so hopefully with that pause back in. Yeah, there we go. Hunter's Fury could be pretty impactful. That Viper Pit's been slow to build this half for Cornell. Which honestly I feel like Post is probably pretty happy about. Yeah, here we go. Jet's ultimate kicks in almost immediately. That's going to certainly be something to watch. It looks like we're going to have a very fast push onto A site. Yeah, Jet just diving in, looking to see if they can take the high ground. But KevinBittner able to get a pair of picks right off the bat. Ooh. Yeah, Lilac has been identified. The bolt is in them. They know where they are. But still haven't used any of their knives just yet. Ooh, they get suppressed. That's huge. Great play there coming out from Dissident to just kind of shut that down.
One enemy remaining.
What a nice bounce there underneath. Elle gets the other one. And that's going to be a beautiful defensive round coming out here for Post University. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and get that ultimate up, almost ready to go here for Dissident. And that's huge because they were able to completely negate Jet's ultimate there. Right, that's like one of the most impactful ultimates you can find. If they're hitting their knives, then you're having a bad day.
Placing sentry.
There.
So KevinBittner might be the one who finds contact first. No, actually, it looks like it's going to be an A side push, so we might be looking at Sova.
Revealing area.
Yeah, Sova's thrown out. Recon bolt. So now they know they're over there, right? That at least somebody is on A. And we can see that, yeah, KevinBittner has pushed in pretty big. Dissident's down, which is a huge boon for Cornell right here, especially considering that Post University is pulled within 1 round. So every moment, every kill really going to count here moving forward. Kevin getting pretty aggressive here. Takes a shot, only 5 damage, though, onto them, so that's not too terribly bad.
Careful.
And again, still looks like it's going to be an A-site push. Without your KO, though, that's going to make things difficult. Kevin tries to spray and pray there through the wall. Chris is backing up, actually pushing back forward now onto A-site. Yep, they tried to do a jump peek right there. See if they can spot anybody.
You should run.
So they eventually do. Yeah, the KJ lockdown coming in. Oh, are they going to be able to get them? Not quite. That was a great idea, though.
Spike planted.
Ooh, unfortunate. Just missed the lineup right there. They go for it again, though. Ooh, KJ did retain 1. Are they going to be able to capitalize on that, though? That is the question. Post University going to need to make a move here quick. It is a 4v4. Yeah, here comes Thrash. Going to see if they can find somebody on that. They look to take out... yeah, they're able to get one. It's a trade once again, but... they're going to have to move pretty quickly. This defuse, they might not have enough time for it. They're able to get one. Huge ultimate coming out from Brimstone. That could be the round right there, even if they get the kills, which they do not. I think that secured them the round. Beautiful play by the Brimstone. Way to use that ultimate to just deny the defuse. When you're looking at a Brimstone with their ultimate like that, you have to be aware of that. You have to be trying to chase down that Brim, especially when you know that the clock is ticking at the end there. So Cornell maintaining their lead. And they've been able to do that consistently through this entire match, even though it's been close at times. Post University has done well. They haven't really been able to pull even or ahead this entire time. So, once again, though, Dissident, I think, could be one of the big difference makers here. Bittner's seen some action down mid. Gonna get more of a default push here, though, coming in from Cornell.
Cover going out.
Takes a little bit of damage, looks for the reload. And not be able to get anything through the wall there. Ooh, can't say the same, though, for them. Yeah, they're going to have to back up and take a little bit more defensive position, but Lilac was there waiting for him. Beautiful play there coming out from Cornell. In fact, they're able to get a 2-player advantage here. Elle trying to do something, but... Oh, huge pick. Huge. What is this? Elle coming up with the clutch plays. Both of the other players are damaged. They know there's somebody on site or near site.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, absolutely massive. Just a couple of bullets. One shot is all that Elle needs to land here in order to secure a huge round for Post University. They're just playing it calm. They know that they're going to have to push out onto the site very, very quickly. The only way they win this... Massive, absolutely massive. Elle, a huge hero that round to allow Post University once again come within 1 round of tying this up. Hero play, absolute hero plays coming out from your KJ. And now look at this. Post University is sitting on 3 very big ultimates.
Placing sentry.
The lockdown, the null command, the Hunter's Fury. Like this is huge. This is absolutely huge for Post. They need to make sure that they very much capitalize this. And look at the buy that Cornell has to be content with, right? They're definitely going to be saving here. They're going to have a couple big ultimates coming online soon. So that could be the difference maker, right? Like, Lilac is definitely going to save because if they can get that Blade Storm out, then that's going to be big. And I imagine, yeah, they're just going to let her take that ult orb. Question is, though, can Sova get anything going here? It doesn't sound like they did catch anybody out. They might have gotten some information on where people were. Certainly going to waste some time. But actually, no, they got a little bit of damage. Damage to the Brim and to the Gecko, so that's big. That's certainly going to help their teammates find some value. Dissident, once again, huge! Jet is down. Can they get anybody else? They get a second. They get a third! Dissident is absolutely on fire. Picking up where Elle left off right there. 19 damage, though. Oh, my God. So close. They actually go through the wall as well, down to 1. But, I mean, this is absolutely fantastic for Post University here. Looks like there's going to be a rotation through mid, so Kevin in a prime position to try and take advantage of this. Yeah, they know there's somebody right around the corner, they heard. And again, all that Post University has to do is play this safe, play it calm, right? The impetus is on the other team to push through.
One enemy remaining.
Nice flash. Emerald
Spike
gets
down
1.
Mid.
But yeah, with 13 seconds left to go, this round is Post University's.
10 seconds left.
The only question is, can Cornell do a little bit of damage, right? And yeah, Kevin isn't even going to risk it. Oh no, Kevin is going to risk it. And back up though, and Post University is pulled even. They get Emerald at the very end as well. That's huge. It's absolutely massive. Gonna be a big buy from both squads though. KJ still has that lockdown. Elle is holding on to that thing, and I love the fact that she's doing that. Look at B-side push. Post University's playing this very far back on B-side, actually. I think this looks to me like they're anticipating something coming through mid. Cornell seemed very they really like to push mid, I think, a lot more than Post does. And so I think this kind of setup right here between the Killjoy and the Gecko kind of reflects that. They're aware of this. Killjoy as well just wants to stay alive, right? KJ's main job right now is to stay alive so that she can use lockdown on the retake. Mojo is kind of caught in pizza at the moment. Under some smokes. Yeah, now we're getting the push out onto point. Jet trying to take advantage of this. Big dart, able to pick them out. chrisramrz finds them with no problems. So now 4 players on site. Yeah, and here comes the lockdown. Just like we were expecting. Oh no, the spray. Oh, barely got him. Dissident finds another. It's going to be a 1-player advantage. That's going to allow them to push out pretty aggressively onto site. They aren't aware that somebody's behind them, though. You're going to have to make sure that they find them. Nice, catching them in the crossfire right there. That's going to be everybody down. The defuse comes in, and Post University gonna take the lead for the first time
Oh, no, you don't deserve
this match.
mentions.
2 rounds is all that separates them from taking this first game in this best of 3. And what a comeback. What a comeback we've seen. I love the adaptations we're seeing. I love the intelligent play that we're also seeing coming out from Post University.
Turret out.
Oh, wow. Chris is going with the machine gun, too. Posting up mid with it. Normally, I feel like that's something that you see on B site.
Placing swarm grenade.
It's going to be an A site push. Ramirez backing up. Smoke is out to try and slow progress. Lilac kind of going into wine. Here comes the wall. So, yeah. Post University has to be pretty certain that they're going to be coming A. Yeah. Aldrone gets taken down. Look at the spray. Able to take out Lilac almost immediately. Looking for a shock dart now. Dissident's able to trade. Spike is down, but the plant's still going to go off pretty easily. Nice bank off there. Mojo finds another one. Brimstone, one of the last players remaining, he gets blinded, doesn't see the shot coming in from Mojo. So that's going to be the killjoy remaining. KevinBittner takes them out, and Post University is on match point, everybody.
My ultimate is not ready.
Huge round for Post. And I mean, coming back from an 8-4 first half, they have to be feeling fantastic here, but they need to keep their head in the game, right? They need to close it out here. And there's a couple of big ultimates on the board for both controller ultimates, as a matter of fact, for Cornell. So it's certainly not over. It's certainly not done yet. In KCL, we've seen how well they use theirs in a post-plant situation. Looking at another B-site push. Chris. Yeah, looking to spray through that wall. This is kind of the classic strat that you see with those machine guns. Spray through that wall, see if you can get a pick.
Take flight.
Aldrone going out. And they see the turret now. Are they going to be able to find anybody else? No, it dissipates before they're really able to do anything, but that also means that KCL's going to try and move up. Emerald, in the meantime, finds Bittner out in mid. That's going to give a lot of opportunity here. In fact, KJ needs to be careful right here. Elle certainly needs to be aware that they're probably trying to push through here. Lilac finds another one. Cornell is not going down without a fight. You can hear that machine gun trying to get something done. Elle finds one in mid.
Yeah.
So that's good. CT, rather. Yeah, this duel between Elle and T-Plant could be pretty impactful here. T-Plants doesn't have hardly any health. Oh, yeah, Elle picks them up. Oh, what a shot from T-Plants.
Spike planted.
And Chris with the big guns. Now it's all up to them. Yeah, and T-Plants takes them out in the end. What a close match, everybody. What a close match. Cornell says, we're not done yet. We can still clutch this out. But, I mean, look at the econ advantage right now that Post University has, right? They're able to buy back up just about everything. Each of them is also sitting just very close to ult. But now, huge thing is T-Plants has picked up theirs as well, that lockdown. That could be very problematic here for Post University. So there's a lot that they're going to have to be keeping in mind here, right? There's so much post-plant utility that Cornell has right now that Post might want to try and take this kind of aggressively. Mojo gets a pick right off the bat. Lilac is down. That's going to be their top fragger, not in this fight. Minute and a half here. Mid's being held pretty well, but KCL is able to tag out one. They're going to be traded, though. Rather, they're still up, and they get one traded. Kevin going to be blinded temporarily. Emerald trying to hunt down, I believe that was Dissident. And now we're seeing the push out onto A site. Can Dissident win this duel? They are able to. Post University consistently staying one ahead. They've got to make sure they keep that advantage. One player remaining. They know where they are. I'm with Stupid down on the ground. Nice bank. Did he see the tip of the gun there? There goes the knife. They're going to be able to get him held. Huge! Post University takes the game.
Where to next?
They're going to go up 1-0 in the series. Love to see it. Love to see it. And what a phenomenal match, honestly, like by both squads. Yeah, just love what I've seen so far. We're going to throw to a short break while, all the players just take 5, get some water, use restrooms, whatever they need to do. But your post-University Eagles up 1-0, looking to secure that second game win and take the match. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you back here very soon. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Got more post-university esports action here. Valorant tonight at the NECC. It is week number 2. Currently, your post-university Eagles up 1-0 over Cornell, and I just want to give a quick shout-out, actually, to everybody in chat from Cornell. Thank you all so much for dropping into the stream, coming by to say hello and support your squad as well. We are already in Agent Select. It's going to be Bind next, and yeah, I can't wait to see this. We've got a raise coming out, by the way, for Cornell, which is, to me, it's like, that's one of the most classic combinations, right, is raise on bind. We get to see Cypher for the first time tonight as well. Going double controller for post-university. They're going to be starting out on defense this time around. Actually, it's going to be the Brim Viper combo on both squads. Lilac coming out with a Breach, too. Breach is a terrifying player to go up against, or a terrifying agent to go up against. There's just so much, like, there's so much potential for pushing very, very aggressively, very, very quickly. So, again, I think that both of these squads are kind of playing to their first round. Especially considering that we've got Cypher coming out for post-university, right? Yeah, post-university on the defense here. Chris going to be holding them down. Dissident back on the KO, which I love. Very, very impressed with their KO this match. Just checking on B side.
That goes there.
Yeah, Chris throwing out some utility. Keep an eye on things. Elle playing this very aggressively with Viper. I'm guessing that she's probably looking for either a... Oh my god, Mojo with a quick pick. Love to see it. And in fact, Mojo's going to back up there just a little bit. They know that the push is coming in on the B site. And there comes a little bit of utility from Raze. Mojo knows there's somebody right around this corner. If they can just get the trade, that's going to be huge, right? At this point, okay, big TP, though, coming in. So it's going to be an A-side hit. Dissident able to take one out, but they are going to be traded out. I think Kevin's going to be the person who's most likely to make something happen here. Again, if they can just trade, that's all they need to do, right? Stupid coming in hot, but they're going to be able to hold their ground, get the shot. Post-university, everybody still has full health on their squad. Raze with just 1 HP. Cypher sneaking up behind, which is just what you want your Cypher to be doing. I think I'm going to be able to get this kill. Yeah, they turn the corner. They find the KJ. Remaining. It's going to be, looks like Breach. Oh, wow. Chris turns and finds the head. Takes them out. And Post-university starting off, building on that momentum they had from the last map. Going up 1-0 early feels good. They've been great on their first round defenses so far. I think that's been, you know, just one thing at least consistently that I've noticed is that their defense is looking hot, looking pretty substantial, pretty effective. Winning those pistol rounds is nice and big.
Yes, this should do. This goes here.
How much stupid actually going to spend a little bit of money to get that ghost?
That goes there.
Which I think, you know, if you're pretty confident with the raise, I think that's a reasonable choice to make. Oh my gosh. Bittner is about to run into the entire enemy team here. Oh, they're able to get somebody through the smoke. That's huge. Just the luck of the draw right there. Looking to drop some smokes as well to kind of prevent this entry, but I'm with Stupid. Going to get that kill traded back in, and in fact, T-Plants finds another one. This could be devastating if Post-University isn't able to win their, like this round with this advantage. It could be pretty problematic. Kevin tries to spray and pray once again. Doesn't find anybody this time around. But look at this. One shot is all it's going to take for anybody on Post-University to take anybody out. Look at this big flank coming in from Elle, too, or I guess not really a flank. So just keeping track of the high ground. Nice shot right there. Able to get a second one.
Planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh, huge pick from Cypher coming up from behind. Love to see that. And it looked a little dicey there for a second, but Post University able to take the round, move up 2-0.
No need for this.
So now it's going to be the true test. Of course, we're expecting this to go the way of the Cornell. They actually got a lot of picks that round too, so Post University as well, not really in the best position coming out of that round, right? I mean, they get the round win, right? And that's huge. That's what you always want. You need to get that second round win off the back of that first round win. So the fact that they got that, very good. However, a lot of damage done, which means, yeah, like look at this loadout. Right, all sorts of things coming in for Post University, and it's just rifles galore for Cornell. So, yeah, Casey will start now with a pick on the Dissident is going to be big. Raze is starting to push up as well, but Elle's holding her ground. Elle's actually going to back off just a little bit as they hear a lot of action on A, but yeah, it looks like that's not actually where the push, the main bulk of the push is gonna be. Elle actually backing all the way off. Are they gonna go through the TP? They're thinking about it. Oh, big play coming out from Breach. They recognize that, yeah, the whole team, or at least several of them, moved in pretty aggressively. Elle looking to try and bank a molly off. Didn't quite work. Oh, that could be big.
Last player standing.
Lilac able to take one out. It's just gonna be Brim trying to hold things down. Post University, they get a little damage in. They're able to take out KJ. That isn't nothing, but certainly kind of typical, kind of what we expected. Well, it's starting to come online now. Post University going to be able to buy back up pretty significantly. Should be able to get a full set of rifles for everybody. Lilac's Rolling Thunder could be pretty impactful. Gonna throw out the smokes immediately here to try and shut down A, but there's nobody there, actually, and Post University is going pretty aggressive on that, so I'll be curious to see whether or not they just continue to push aggressively here and try and just wrap around the back onto Cornell. But if they do that, they're going to have to do it pretty quickly because Cornell is making moves to try and get on point here. In fact, the smokes come down from Brimstone, so they're already starting to peek out just a little bit. We can see Stupid kind of peeking out this hole right here, but they're not quite ready to push in. Ooh, the Cypher Cage is going to be good, too. Beautifully placed. Elle now has a unique opportunity, I think, to try and get something going. But it's going to be Stupid, who's a little bit quicker on the draw right there, taking them out. Chris just hanging out in the Cypher Smoke for the moment. Not really feeling confident enough to push out or do anything just yet. They've been spotted. They're taking a little bit of damage before they're taken down. So Cornell primed to make this a 2-2 affair here. Tries to get the grenade up at the top and doesn't quite find it. Do they get the kill? They are able to. Dissident has their ultimate online, but wisely saves it. Want to take that into your next round for sure. Post University, somebody's considering buying rifles here. Really only two of them are in a position to do that. It might be shotguns. Shotguns galore, actually, and this is a reasonable map to do that on, right? A lot of close corridors here. It takes someone out relatively easily with that. Actually, I'm sorry, that's the Ghost. Oh, T-Plants immediately takes out Mojo. So we're going to see a pretty quick rotation coming over to A at this point. And Kevin is in kind of a difficult position right here. Yeah. Shotgun, unfortunately, not able to do a whole lot there. Smokes are going to come down. Boombot doesn't find anything.
Smoke.
Nice smoke coming out there as well. Pulls out a lot of utility from KJ, actually. KJ's not going to have a whole lot to use when they go onto points, so they're going to really have to rely on their aim, which they do right there. Kevin wasn't aware of them in the smoke, unfortunately for them. Cypher just now starting to rotate, and that might have been a little bit of a problem there for Post University. Getting there kind of late to the fight means that, you know, they just weren't really able to support the team. So, yeah, Chris might have hung out there a little bit too long. Tries to get a kill, unable to. That's a flawless round for Cornell. One of the very few flawless rounds that we have seen. Maybe even just the first, now that I think about it. Might have had one or two. But it certainly, both of these squads, they've been so even this entire evening.
Yes.
I think just how few flawless rounds we've seen is a testament to that fact. Tripwire is going out.
This goes here.
Placing that one pretty low, actually. That could be jumped over. Oh, I love the cyber cage, though. That's going to mean that they're not going to be quite as aware of it, potentially. Cornell has 4 ultimates ready to go here. That's problematic. But they could all be taken out by Dissident. If Dissident is able to get a good one here, could be all they need.
You should run.
Shutting them down. 3 suppressed.
Oh, big knife right there.
No charges. No one knocks away.
Yeah, and here comes the ultimate from Dissident, just like we were expecting. They're coming back in through the side, but what a huge push from Cornell. Dissident able to find 2 before they go down, almost evening it up. It's going to be down to Kevin. I don't think they're going to be able to get over to Dissident. Not quite. And now Cornell's starting to widen that gap just a little bit. And this was the side of the equation that they had a problem with, right, in our last game. Could have a timeout coming out here from the defense. Post University wants to take a minute, say, cool, all right, how do we kind of stymie this bleeding now, right? What do we need to do? Because look at this econ right now that Cornell has. Like, that's 4 unanswered rounds, which means, I mean, yeah, like, KCL has maxed out. They're sitting on 3 ultimates as well. So Post University needs to, I like this timeout. Post University really needs to, I think, kind of like button down here a little bit. Play a little bit tighter. Kevin does just about have that orbital strike coming out. So that's nice. Actually, just about everybody on Post University has theirs. Just Dissident who doesn't. And particularly the fact that Elle has her Viper's Pit, looks like ready to go a little bit quicker than Emerald. That could be really nice. I think if Post University is able to just shut down one site, that could be big as well, because I think that's part of where their problem is coming from, is they're staying maybe a little bit too spread out. Oh, look at this, actually. Hilarious. They're all posting up on A. And they predicted that just beautifully, but T-plants! Absolutely massive shots coming in. It's just going to be down once again to Kevin. Not going to be able to get anybody else, and what a fast and efficient round coming out from Cornell. This looks like almost a new squad. I mean, that was just brutally efficient right there, but now Post University going to be able to buy up again. And I think in a round like that, right, when you know you're coming in at an economic disadvantage, right, posting up everybody on one site like that, certainly not a bad idea.
Right here.
The confidence, though, that Cornell is showing right now is massive, and I think that's, you know, a lot of times in a game like Valorant, those intangibles are what really make the difference, you know? And so I think this has been a huge confidence boost for them.
Molly.
I'm going to back up a little bit now.
Right here.
Yeah, definitely going to be looking like an A-side push. I would like to see the rotation coming in a little bit quicker from Post University. But with these TPs, I mean, you have to be aware, right? You have to be ready for just a very quick rotation from either squad. And in fact, it looks like we're getting one this time around. Kevin dropped some smokes before. It looks like they're considering maybe they're close to this TP, right? If they need to, they can drop in on that very, very quickly.
Poison orb emitting.
Yeah, love to see that.
Toxin screen down.
Great idea using that Viper's Pit right here when there's only 30 seconds or so left. There is still time for Cornell to swap if they want to, but I think this is definitely the way to go. Huge picks coming in from Elle. Showstopper coming in and not going to be able to catch anybody with it. A little bit of damage comes into Elle, but it's not going to be enough. Emerald does find one. Ooh, and I'm with Stupid starting to even this thing up.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
the Brim ultimate.
Spike down B.
When Stupid finds one, they've just got a couple seconds to try and plant
10
this
seconds
thing.
left.
They're going to have to do it now. Either that or get a couple of picks. Yeah, they're not going to be able to get the plant at this point. I just saw where the spike was. So, big round win here for Post University. That was almost like a do or die round there, right? Because if you get to the point where you're looking at like a 6-2, a lot of ultimates came out from both sides as well. The value, though, there for Post University this time around. Chris has been sitting on theirs for quite a bit, but that's kind of a, just more niche ult, I think, a lot of times. Kevin playing up pretty aggressively here. Oh, massive combo play right there from the Brim and the Breach. Love to see it. KJ coming out now with their lockdown. Cornell looking to retake, kind of retake the momentum here. Wall comes out.
No charges.
Oh my gosh.
Spike planted.
Not quite able to get the pick onto them. Lilac finds Elle too. Nobody down yet from Cornell.
Flash.
Love that flash. Doesn't quite do anything. T-Plant's able to turn away at the last second. They do get traded out. Mojo trying to look for something, but the stun is big. And Cypher not quite able to get anything going. They do get a pick, so that's going to be the...
Remember, wipe the pins from your guns. It's just good crime.
The silver lining there for Post University on that round. So once again, Cornell looking at an even half here at the worst. Post University certainly wants to try and come even with them as well, but this buy's looking a little rough. They're going to try and force it.
We will reveal.
There's a
their
Bulldog coming out,
secrets.
Judge.
That goes there.
Bulldog honestly underrated. Always felt that way. Love that gun. Well, this is interesting. KJ kind of on their own here. Okay, yeah, they're pushing pretty quick, but wow! A lot of action coming up here on B site. Killjoy trying to push through, or not Killjoy, Raze trying to push through here on the site. They have no idea who's waiting for them. In fact, I thought it was going to be Elle on the Viper, but no, Dissident comes in and just
One
takes them
enemy
out
remaining.
immediately.
Spike down B.
KJ, the last player remaining. It looks like it might be Sova. Mojo is going to find them first. T-Plants does find one, so denies the flawless round. But 48 seconds to go with the spike on point, not a whole lot that they're going to be able to do, and Mojo definitely knows they're here. T-Plants, though, not to be messed with. Honestly, Post University just needs to play the point, I think, but no. Dissident says, I'm going out. I'm taking this duel. I'm taking this fight. You've done my teammates dirty twice. Time to take a little revenge, he says. So they've cut the lead to 2. Be curious to see what Raze does over here. Actually going to push up It looks like they're falling back just a little bit. Mojo's holding this angle pretty aggressively, though.
Fragment.
Yeah, definitely a lot of action, a lot of utility to be thrown out on A right now. Wall's about ready to go down, so Dissident should have a good shot here of T-plants if they keep pushing forward, but it looks like they don't. I like Cypher's positioning here as well. Rotation coming in now, and so, yeah, Raze being over here. They're actually pushing in a little bit early, I feel like, but they did pick out Sova. It's going to be some nice poison cloud there. They back up pretty effectively. Mojo's kind of in a do-or-die position right here, too, as soon as they get spotted. Nice shot. The blind is massive. They try to get one more. It's going to be a 2v2 now.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Get one kid to get the last one. Massive clutch coming out from Dissident. 14 HP left.
Last round in the half.
Can Cornell take a winning half here? Does Post University bring it to an even 6-6 going into the half? What a phenomenal game, by the way. I mean, I haven't gotten to cast Valorant in a long time, and so this has been a true pleasure to just get to jump back into the game. But to also jump back into such a phenomenal game. I mean, these two squads, this has just been an absolute joy to watch. And it sounds like both teams, just in chat, they were talking a little bit in the break, have been having a lot of fun as well. Really, really enjoying this kind of, you know, very close competition. It's what you want, right?
You should run.
Okay, lockdown coming out. Now that's going to clear B site. Oh, big Hunter's Fury coming out. Can they take anybody out? Bittner gets T-plants. Oh, nice shot coming out from Casey. Lilac finds one as well, which is what Lilac is going to do. In fact, it looks like now just down to 2 players. Bittner looking for one, but Chris coming up huge. Hold on, we got to go over to this. Here comes the... Ooh, that's a big ult right there at the end. Chris is going to have to be very, very careful here with it.
Where is everyone hiding?
Oh, I love that. Love that play. They've been holding on to that ultimate this entire time, and they use it beautifully. They clock Emerald. That's massive. Are they going to be able to get the last one? It's just one player remaining. Bittner able to find him, able to get the kill at the last second. And Post University pulls even 6-6 at the half. What an exciting first half of this map.
Switching sides.
I think one of the biggest boons that Cornell has in this half is that they've got Killjoy for their defensive half, right? So that's certainly going to be something to deal with. And Breach as well, honestly. Like, Breach can stop a push pretty effectively. And if they're able to kind of time their utility right, they can really catch the enemy out in rotations in just a devastating way, in a way that you're just not going to be able to recover from. Interesting. Looks like Post University just kind of wanted to pick up the ult orb and then is thinking about rotating. Oh, Cypher's actually pushed up really aggressively here. Nice TP. Beautifully done. Now they're going to just drop back and try and rejoin the rest of the team. Wait, no, they're doubling back to the A site? Is that what's happening here? Lilac is there, though, so this might not work out kind of how they were hoping. Oh my gosh, Emerald down to just a sliver of health. Chris almost takes them out instantly. It's an interesting 1v2. Beautiful shot coming out from Chris. Taking out Lilac is massive.
30 seconds
They're just
left.
down to 10 health as well, but it's going to be a one-player advantage. Love to see that. They see the tip of the gun coming through. Site is secure. Only 2 players remaining from
One
Cornell
enemy
right now.
remaining.
Mojo gets the last one in. Post University puts up their first flawless round on a pistol round, no less. And that's going to be 3 out of 4 pistol rounds that Post University has taken. It was just that that first half of Ascent where they didn't take it. I really like the movement that we saw coming out there from Post University. I mean, they gave so many jukes to Cornell. I think that Post University is really using this map to their advantage, right? Their movement, kind of the decision-making process that they have has been very good so far on their attack. If they can continue to just kind of like run circles around Cornell, that's going to be problematic. But the big thing is you got to hit your shots, and that's what Post University did that time. I mean, Chris winning that duel against Isaac right at the beginning there was against Lilac was huge, because Lilac is an incredible player, right? Like you can't give Lilac anything, right? Post University actually going to be able to take the site completely, and yeah, Cornell kind of does this strat, right, where you don't have any guns, so let's just all post up on the same place. You don't have the gun advantage, use the man advantage, right? See if you can pick out 1 or 2 players. Maybe if Post University is doing more of a default, they can find somebody, but not in this case.
Cage trigger.
All right, Elle's able to find one. There's a second. Make it a third now.
One enemy remaining.
T-Plant's able to take out Dissident, but very quick, very efficient round coming out for Post. Looking at an 8-6 now. 5 rounds now for Post University to secure this win. But again, this is going to be the tough one right here. You're coming into this as Post University just hoping you do as much damage as you can, economically, right? These rifles definitely going to be problematic here. I like that they've got KJ on, or sorry, not KJ, Raze on one side and the Breach on the other. I feel like those are kind of 2 of your most terrifying agents, right, for Cornell, so I like this approach. But already there's a lot of action happening on A. And Chris, the lurker, Cypher.
Launching smoke.
Okay, smokes are coming out, so we're probably going to see a push coming in here relatively soon, but take a little too long, and now the smokes come out from the other side as well. Ooh, take a little bit of damage too. Not a ton. Yeah, if Elle can win this duel over here and kind of take this positioning, that's going to be big. They are, in fact, able to do that. I'm with Stupid kind of moving around here, so Mojo needs to win this, but they're not going to be able to. Spike is down. Elle picks it up, though, finds it. KCL picks up, too, so big TP play coming out here. Oh, and Cypher doesn't know that KJ's kind of behind them. Yeah, Elle goes for the reload. Or throws that doesn't have their gun out before they push onto point, which is unfortunate. Cypher looking to see if they can get something going. ChrisRamrz has been actually on fire so far.
Where is everyone?
Oh, pulling out the ult as well. Good. Now they know kind of where everybody's coming from. They're going to be able to set up some of their
I have retrieved the
utility.
spike.
All right, this is going to be a tough plant. They
10
go for the
seconds
fake,
left.
and they get the
Enemy
kill.
remaining.
Oh my god, they do! What a clutch!
copy
Chris
nothing.
is insane tonight on the Cypher. What has this player... What is this player doing? This is unbelievable. And that is a very, very, very big round win for Post University. That negates the entire advantage that Cornell had. I mean, yeah, Chris, honestly, kudos to them for really picking the most opportune times to use their ultimate, right? I was kind of a little worried that last half when they just kind of sat on it the entire time. But this time it was perfect. It was perfectly executed. They knew when to use it, right? They didn't hold on to it. That makes me think that Chris isn't necessarily holding on to it when they shouldn't be, but knows how to use it and when.
orb emitting. Toxins going up.
Post University has had a lot of success here on A, but we're going to get a quick TP as Ramirez, as Chris, is still over here, right? And the rest of the team started to move into position. KCL actually taking a little bit of damage as well, so that's going to be pretty beneficial here. Nice shot from Mojo as Elle drops in. There's a little bit of damage.
Spike down. B.
KCL down 2. Oh, Lilac is back here behind the smoke. Elle's holding this corner very, very close. Yeah, she knows exactly where they are. Nice shot. Holy crap. What a round. What a round from Post University.
Who to smother first?
This is huge. This is 4 unanswered rounds on the half. I mean, when Cornell didn't win that round where they had the gun advantage, that was definitely pivotal. And we're seeing kind of the effects of that trickling down into these later rounds. And so now, Post University is only 3 rounds away from securing this game and this match. So Cornell really needs to make something big happen here. T-Plants just about has their ultimate, so I'm looking to them to maybe make something happen. Lilac has actually been oddly quiet this game. So if Lilac can start to pick things up, then Cornell, I think, is definitely in a position to come back in this match. It is certainly not over yet. It's one of the beautiful things about this game, is it's really not over till it's over. Anybody can win any round. Oh my gosh. Dissident takes a lot of damage. That's going to be problematic. Something else interesting, neither of these teams have any healers. They haven't used any healers on any of their compositions. So, you know, this damage is just permanent, right? Okay, yeah, here comes the ultimate. They're actually still going to use it. They're able to get one. Lilac is down again. That top fragger, not going to be able to find anything. T-Plants now trying to move around. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to really do much with it. Oh! Pushing through the smoke here. Finds one. What a spray transfer from Mojo. Okay, this Post University team is just absolutely on fire. Everybody is having some insane moments this game. And now Cornell is just back in this position where they're going to have to force, right? Although, I mean, if they force here and they don't win, then they're not going to have a good buy for what is going to be, I think, the most important round for them, right? That match point round. So, you know, it's such a tough question, right? Do we save here and just assume we're going to go to 12 and then just get rifles and just hope to hold this entire time? Or do you try and force this and get a little bit of an advantage here? They're going for the force. Ooh, Elle down is big because they had their ultimate ready to go. Outrun coming out, going to be taken out. Cypher pulling around that corner, goes down. T-Plants finds 3, or 2 rather. That's going to be massive. This is just what Cornell needed to do. Mojo actually going to go ahead and use their ultimate. They find 1 with it. Dissident gets another. So it certainly isn't over yet. Going to be looking to, I think, bounce this shock dart. Doesn't quite take the bounce I think they wanted it to. Dissident finds another. What is this? Dissident found him again. They've pulled this back from such a difficult position.
Match point.
And now, every single round and a half has gone to post. Their attack has just been phenomenal. Even when it looks like they've been down, even when they've been at a disadvantage, they found a way to pull through. Still got a couple of big ultimates, but so does Cornell. This is the time where it's all got to come out for them. T-Plants needs to come in big here, I think, with this lockdown. Brim has the robo strike. We've also got Raze's ult. Post just needs to stay calm.
Deploying drone.
Grenade!
Kind of play it by the... Oh my god, the grenade hit the owl drone? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I love the little tink that it made. And Chris coming up with another big kill right off the bat. The ults are coming out here. Post University wants to put this away. It is one pick either way, but Elle's going to make that a little bit better. Chris coming in with a couple of big kills. It's just going to be Viper left. Elle looking to see if they can find that duel.
Here.
There they are. Emerald actually takes that one right there, so it certainly isn't over yet, especially now that that ultimate is down. They get Chris as well. That's going to be huge.
Toxins going up.
But they've got to get over this site. They've got to get the defuse. They try to spray through, but the smoke gets there just in the nick of time. So Kevin looking to make it happen, and they do. That is going to be the game. That is going to be the match, and what a phenomenal showing coming out from both squads. I mean, this was one of the most exciting games I've seen in a long time, and kudos to both teams. And Post University, oh my god, I don't know what you did at the end there, but that was seven unanswered rounds in the second half to take the win from an even game. Cornell, you played phenomenally tonight, but I think, yeah, Post University just... I don't know what happened. They turned it on in that second half. And, yeah, huge shout-outs to, honestly, everybody on that team, on both teams. KCL, you're a phenomenal Brimstone. Lilac, you were just devastating on the jet. T-Plants, phenomenal. Killjoy as well. Let's talk about Post, though. Chris on the Cypher at the end there. Incredible. Dissident, you held things down early, I think, for Post University. Elle came in with some huge plays as well. I think it was Mojo who had that huge spray transfer there. I believe it was on a B site for one of those wins. Bittner too on the Brimstone. Some great plays. It just gotta, yeah, can't say enough good stuff about that squad tonight. About both squads, and what a wonderful way to get to come back in to Valorant. I very much enjoyed my time here. Hope you all enjoyed the casting. Cornell, thank you all so much for coming in to show support for your squad tonight. They played really well. And be sure to follow Post University, all of their social media. We've got 2 Twitch channels, so be sure to follow Post Esports too. Once again, my name is Warren JuggleGod Hammond. Been excited to bring you the match here tonight. Thank you to Post University, and thank you to Denny, the manager, the coach of all the esports over there at Post. That's going to do it for us here tonight. GG's, and see you next time.